Welcome to another episode of A Sandwich and Some Loving. Lovin', right? I'm Kellie Raspberry Evans. Meet my husband, Alan.
Hello, I'm Alex. Alan. I mean Alex. Hello, I'm Alan.
That's still bothering you, isn't
I'm
it?
confused. I'm still confused. We'll get into why I'm confused in a little bit.
Man, your ego was so crushed.
Yes.
Your feelings were hurt.
Very gentle. Very gentle.
All right. Well, we got a lot to get to tonight, honey. What are we doing tonight?
Oh, babe. Chock full.
Chock full of podcast fodder?
No, we have a lot to talk about. It's been a busy week.
It has.
You had your swap party.
I did.
We have somebody that turned 13 in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And there were a lot of festivities around that. We're going to continue our series on hope and dating.
Oh, we have a series.
It started last week.
Okay.
No, we always talk dating.
2 weeks in a row makes it a series.
We always talk dating, but let's try to turn this into a little series about hope and dating. We're going to go through some questions and comments from a few listeners, which we haven't done that in a while.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. And then if we have time, we're going to talk about an event we went to last night, and that's the reason, as I was teasing the podcast earlier today on social media, I posted a picture of you. People thought you had the flu.
No, I don't have the
Kellie
flu.
does not have the flu.
I'm also not hungover, as you are implying.
She's hungover.
I'm not hungover. I was just really tired.
She fell out of bed at 5:15.
Well, it was a little earlier than that. I way overslept this morning. It's one of those mornings where you keep hitting snooze without looking at the time. And so I just kept hitting snooze. And eventually I said, I better look at the clock. And an hour had passed. And I literally needed to be leaving for work within like the next 3 minutes, which I did. I was successful in that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was my brain. It took a while for my brain to catch up to my mouth at work this morning. And then I came home and took a nap.
Do you think that's
just tired.
Do you think that's because 12 hours earlier, was it 12 hours? No, less than 12 hours earlier.
2 treats.
She was
2 adult beverage
drinking
treats.
Tequila on the rocks.
Well, that was because
not a margarita, tequila on the rocks.
I had a raspberry margarita because I'd never had one before, and I figured, how could I not? My name is Raspberry.
Yes.
Well, my maiden name is. My married name is Evans now. But Emmett Smith. Okay, we went to this function. It was a charity kickoff for Emmett and Pat Smith's charity. Oh gosh, I'm so bad. I don't have the charity's name in front of me. It's something 22. Anyway, they mentor young people. They give them really great life experiences, but they also teach them how to be leaders in the community. So this was a kickoff to the big charity event coming up in the spring and a golf tournament. Mm-hmm. And so they were just doing the kickoff party last night. I walk in and there is an open bar that is serving raspberry margaritas. Yes, I'll have one, please. And I noticed the tequila they're serving is Emmett's Tequila, or so I think. What's it name?
Team 22.
No, Herrera. What's the name?
Oh, sorry, babe. That charity is Team 22. The
tequila,
I can't remember.
He'll look it up. So anyway, I saw it, so I'm having that. Anyway, we see Emmett Smith. So we go over, and when we walk in, I don't ever expect him to remember me. I've met him maybe a half a dozen times.
Herrera Dura.
Okay.
Herrera Dura.
So we walk in, Emmett's standing there, and I never expect him to remember me because he meets a million people. It's just the way it is. So I always reintroduce myself every time. Hi, Emmett. Kellie Raspberry from the Kid Craddock Morning Show. You've done our show before. It's nice to see you. Hello, Kellie. You can see in his eyes. Maybe
it's a little foggy.
Her.
Yeah, a little foggy.
Yeah. I did your show. Okay, he's done a million. I'm not offended. But here's my husband. I'd like you to meet my husband, Alan. He said,
"Hi, Alex."
Yes.
It was just a slip because I had my name tag
and
on.
You were a little far away, and there was a lot of noise.
Oh, and he's meeting 100 people.
And so Alan, of course, corrected him. It's Alan.
I was very nice.
And then he said, "You just said it's Alan."
Yes.
And he said, "Alan." He corrected.
Yeah.
So, but all I've heard about is you call me Alex. He thinks my name is Alex. He's already forgotten me.
Yeah.
So if that makes you feel any better.
Well, I've only met Emmett one other time, and I really didn't get to talk to him. So when we walked in the room, I mean, I'm nervous because I'm fanboying over Emmitt Smith.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I'm a Cowboys fan. This is a Hall of Famer.
I know.
This guy toted the rock further than any other back in NFL history. And I think I watched every yard that he ran. Why am I talking like this?
I don't know, because you're still upset.
Yeah. But no, it was Emmett. I'm like, holy S, there's Emmitt Smith.
But who, I'm pointing at me, everybody in podcast land, who like killed it with Emmett after that. He still won't remember me today.
Yeah, you killed it.
So here we go. So a little bit later on, we're standing there and we have a chance to get around Emmett again in his aura, in his area. And I'm drinking the raspberry margarita. And I'm saying, Emmett, this is really good. I love your tequila. And he's like, he looked at me kind of confused. I said, well, this is your tequila, right? Because I've seen you on the billboards. He's like, yes, I want my own brand of tequila here. And he called over this lady, apparently is the brand ambassador.
With Brown Foreman.
Yeah, with Brown Foreman. Apparently, Emmett does commercials. He advertises tequila, but it's not his tequila. And he wants to have his own line. Yeah. He wants his own line. And he says, and he wanted me to repeat my story. So he was like using me to sell. Yeah, Emmett needs his own brand. I thought it was his anyway. He's a very, effective salesperson. And then he said, if you like that, you need to have some Ultra on the rocks. I said, oh, really? I said, what's Ultra? He said, that's the premium of it. He said, but you got to have it on the rocks. And he said, in fact, I might have one with you. I said, when I finish this one, I'll be back to get you, Emmett. So that gave me another excuse to go back.
So homegirl drops me like a bad habit, runs over to the bar.
I drank my raspberry.
Yeah, you slam that one.
And then I saw him over there talking. I was like, I'm clink, 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 ice glass. I'm going to go see if it's time. So I went over to Emmett and I was like, you ready for that Ultra? He said, yes, I am. So I went to the bar and I got Emmett Smith and myself 2 Ultras on the rocks, went back, clink glasses. He said, ladies first. And I have that was what happened.
Yeah.
I shared tequila with Emmett freaking Smith.
But I got my picture with Emmett.
I did a group shot. I let you have your moment, babe. I knew it was a big deal it was to you.
No.
So that's why, but I wasn't hungover today because it was a really good tequila. I was just tired. I've had a very busy few days and it's just that the swap party, it wiped me out, having to go, get back in the swing of things with work and everything. And Tuesday night, going to a cocktail party on a Tuesday night and drinking 2 tequilas. I wasn't hungover. I wasn't sick or nauseous. I was just tired.
Well, you can call it whatever you want, but drinking tequila
on a Tuesday
straight on a Tuesday night, that's gonna slow you down on Wednesday. It's gonna slow you down on Wednesday. It's gonna slow you down on Wednesday.
There you go.
It's fine. Nobody's criticizing. It's just what happens.
Okay. Well, I wasn't hungover. Okay. I was just tired. That's all I want to say.
When you stay up late partying with Emmett, but before Emmett, you had a swap party this weekend.
I did,
and a lot of people have been asking me or asking us. Like they've heard you talk about it on the radio a little bit, but they don't still quite understand what it is. Like what is a swap party?
I can't assume everybody hears me explain it. I wrote a blog about it and people still...
Where's the blog, Kelly?
It's on kellyandalan.com.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But basically, I'll do it again. I know some people have heard the story every time I've told it, so I apologize to you. But those who haven't heard it, several years ago, my daughter's now 11, but when she was, a toddler, there were so many things hanging in her closet she never wore because she'd outgrow them. And they were brand new, great things. So I was like, I need to go take them to the consignment store. I went to the consignment store and they were offering me nothing, pennies. It was even worse than going for an adult consignment store. At least you get like half. They were offering less than half for what they got. It was just like, this isn't even worth my time taking everything down there. So I thought a lot of my girlfriends have daughters who are younger and smaller than my child that they could inherit these things as hand-me-downs. So I decided to have all my girlfriends over and I said, why don't, if there's anything that you need to get rid of that you've loved and don't love anymore or the child can't wear anymore, bring it. Well, then that evolved into not only children's clothing swap, adult clothing swaps. We started swapping our things, clothes and shoes and jewelry. And then that evolved into small appliances and artwork and dishes. It just got like really crazy. So it's almost like a garage sale where no money is exchanged.
All friends bringing their stuff to your house, right?
Bring their stuff to your house.
And wine.
And food.
Yeah.
So it becomes a party.
Pretty cool.
So, and Alan was a little bit skeptical until he went. Now he's like, this is a great thing. So anyway.
Because I scored. I'll tell you about that in a second.
Now men's stuff, we finally started saying, hey, the men in our lives, same thing. They've got closets full of crap. Let's swap that too. Whatever does not get swapped is donated to charity because your goal is to never bring your stuff back into the house. You're trying to purge. You do get some things at the swap party because some of the stuff is just really good. Now, I've gone swap parties where I've walked away with nothing, and I'm very proud of myself. This year, there were some, if you want to go to the blog, there are some helpful, now that's just the basic overview of a swap party, okay? I have helpful tips on throwing a swap party if you go to my blog. So do that, but not right now because you're listening to the podcast.
Right.
So anyway, this particular swap party was on a Sunday afternoon. I've never done it as a Sunday afternoon, and everybody could come. Sunday afternoons are great times because men are watching football and women are like, let's get out of the house. Let's go do this. We had so much stuff, babe.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff. We have a lot of stuff left over, but I scored.
Not as much as normal. You should see other swap parties. People really brought their A game with swappable stuff this year.
I scored.
You did. You got a lot of dress shirts. You got one shirt you've worn multiple times already.
Well, here, I have a lot of this sitting here right next to me.
Yeah, this is the shirt you love so much. Yeah, I don't even know who brought it.
Shanda.
Oh, it was her husband's?
Yeah, it was her son's. I'm holding up. It's a Ralph Lauren, and it's like a flannel dark blue shirt. Beautiful shirt. And Shanda actually told me after I picked it up that it had only been worn one time.
It's got Western kind of accents with snaps. And
so these kind of things. And I like it so much, I've worn it the last 2 days.
I know,
so
he
now,
does love it.
So now it's time to wash it. But I scored that. When my sister first walked in, she was holding these. And what I have in my hand
I didn't even know you got that.
Yes, what I'm holding in my hand here, anybody from Texas will know exactly what these are.
And from South Carolina.
From the South. These are cotton.
Cotton bowls.
Yeah, bowls of cotton on their stems. And they're used for, after they dry like this, they're used for decoration.
Okay.
And you know, Kelly, I have a vase on my bar, and she hates the flowers that are in this
you
vase.
had pussy willows in it. And
I don't say that word on the podcast.
Well, that's what they are.
What?
It's a plant.
It's not appropriate.
It's a plant, and that's the name of it. It is very appropriate. You're making it inappropriate.
It's not appropriate.
All right.
Anyway, I got these sweet cotton bowls from my sister.
I didn't even know you got that. You must have hidden them in the man room.
Picked this up for my son. This is a unused electric Batman toothbrush.
That's very nice. See, this is the kind of stuff you can pick up at swap parties.
Unused. How about that?
In the packaging. It's in the packaging.
How about that?
That proves it's unused.
One other thing I picked up.
Oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
That?
Heck yeah. Boss Man George gave me a big green egg.
For the wedding.
As a wedding gift. And I haven't used it yet because I don't know how to use it. So I found this at the swap party.
A big green egg cookbook.
A big green egg cookbook.
Great.
And I love cookbooks, especially grilling cookbooks. So how's that, babe?
Just in time for the weather warming up. You'll be cooking out.
And then I'll be damned. I was looking around the swap party.
Oh, you won't say pussy willow, but you'll say damn.
And I found 4 Pottery Barn plates. And I got to looking at these things, and I'm like...
Why did you keep these?
I'm like, wouldn't you know it? Kelly tried to get rid of my Pottery Barn plates. There they are, all 4 of them. And I saw this, and I said, who is trying to get rid of my plates and why?
Alan, that's not me. I did not put your plates out. You insist I put the plates out. I've told you repeatedly I didn't put the plates out, and yet you kept these plates that aren't ours. So now we have 2 sets of these plates.
I've only seen 1 set of plates.
Excuse me, 1 minute.
No, babe, where are you going? Oh my gosh. She's really... Okay, this is a podcast first. My podcast co-host has... Oh, no! She planned it. Here they are. She's busting me on the podcast.
Because I
She's
told
busting
you,
me on the
I told
podcast.
you, I was
Oh,
like, I don't know where
no.
those plates came from, that I didn't do it. Maybe,
Let's see.
Alan, somebody brought their ugly, tired of having around the house Pottery Barn plates. Well, wouldn't
Wait,
you know,
called them ugly.
here's another set of them. Now we have 2 sets of these plates because you, okay, those are going to charity.
No,
we don't need 2 sets of these plates.
Well, one of them can go.
And I even have yours in the case it came in.
No, mine are in the original case.
That's right, because they were in the attic where I said they were.
Okay. Well,
thank you very much. First, you call me a liar.
I would never did call you a liar.
I've told you when I don't like looking at something.
Why are we arguing?
I'm not arguing. I'm just proving my point. When I don't like something of yours or mine, it goes in the attic until I can figure out want to get rid of it.
And that's why when I saw these plates, I panicked.
And I told you they weren't yours.
Because Kelly, a while back, I'm looking around the house. I'm like, where's my vase? I can't find my vase.
And I said, it's in the attic.
I can't find my vase with the snake on it. And she says it's in the attic. So I go back up there to the attic and retrieve my favorite vase and put it here in the mini man room.
Right. If you want to put it in the man room, that's fine.
So when I saw these plates, I'm like, oh, okay. Well, she's trying to get rid of them. And then when I asked her about it, she goes, oh, no, yours are in the attic.
Well, I was shocked at first. I was like...
So you just need to give these away.
I didn't know how these plates got down here because I did not do it. I know they're in the attic. They are not easily accessible. I would not have accidentally put them out. You just didn't believe me, and you kept them.
So busted.
After I flat out told you.
So busted. All right, well, the proof...
Waiting for the...
Waiting for what? What are you waiting for?
Well, some sort of an apology.
How many times does a guy got to apologize in the last 5 minutes?
Or you're right.
Okay, you're right.
And that you trust me?
There's 2 sets of plates. I trust you.
No, you didn't.
No, I do trust you. You have a great desire to get rid of stuff.
I do.
That's mine.
I just like getting rid of stuff.
Without asking sometimes.
No, I just put it in the attic. That's not the same. And I love purging, which is why I love hosting swap parties. I do it try to do it twice a year. Just to get, one of my favorite things to do is throw stuff away. It truly is. I've told my friends if they're wanting to clean out a storage unit or if they want to clean out closets, have me come over because I have no emotional attachment to stuff. I am happy to get rid of it.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was fun. And
yeah, that was fun.
Hey, you know what? Okay, here's the deal. Here's pulling back the curtain in the age of transparency. Go back to the Facebook Live video that you're taking and look when I first come up to you with these plates, what I do.
What do you do?
I wink to Deontay and Tara.
Oh, now you're trying to say?
The proof is on the video.
Okay. Whatever. Then you've been perpetuating a lie, not your wife.
I knew all along.
Okay. So why'd you keep them?
To get you all spun up.
No, I wasn't spun up. I wasn't spun up.
You're all spun up. You're always spun up.
I'm not spun up at
I
all.
love you so good. You're still spun up though.
I'm not. But there's certain things you're not supposed to swap at a swap party. One of them being like, we did have some people bring some lingerie, but it was like tags on it, things like that. One thing I would not swap is like used underwear.
No.
Right? You don't swap that. I don't donate that stuff to charity either. I feel like if I'm going to donate panties or something to people that need it, they deserve new panties.
I saw a brassiere
that had tags on it.
And I tell you what.
It was nice.
No, well.
I wish I could have fit into it.
It was not for a...
It was ample.
It was ample.
It was for ample-bosomed women.
What
is wrong with you?
Sorry.
All right. So anyway, I was leading to my point about how I keep panties forever because I have a problem with throwing things away that still work. So what I've done is I have done a panty purge. Did you notice?
Yeah, I went into the closet just tonight, and I'm like, hey, babe, what are you doing? And she's in there throwing stuff over her head, and she was in there doing a panty purge.
These are panties I've held on to for years and years and years before I had you in my life, honey, because you don't realize, when it's just you can wear ugly panties. You can wear panties that's maybe got a little hole in them and the elastic's pulling out because I'm practical and because who's going to see them? Well, now that I have you, I thought I'd do a panty purge, and this is a great time for me to do that because... Now I found this wonderful service online called MeUndies.
MeUndies.
MeUndies. I like it sort of sound like a pirate when you say it.
I found the service as well, babe.
Right. MeUndies are the most comfortable and really fun undies that you and your significant other, like your husband, can ever own because they're made of the softest materials on earth, 3 times softer than cotton soft.
They are really,
and it's really fun.
Really soft.
Yeah. And like for Valentine's Day, it's really a fun idea. You can order matching underwear, patterns that match or complement each other. They have briefs, they have bikinis for men and women because sometimes you don't like a panty line either.
Boxer briefs for men, sure.
100% satisfaction guarantee from MeUndies. They guarantee you and your loved one, your lover, will love your matching pairs, or you can get your money back. And right now, MeUndies has an exclusive Valentine's Day offer for our listeners.
Let's hear it. What is it, babe?
For any first-time purchasers, when you buy MeUndies matching pairs, you get 20% off and free shipping.
That's a no-brainer, especially around Valentine's Day.
Right? A no-brainer. 20% off matching undies for you and your significant other, and a 100% satisfaction guarantee. So what are you waiting for?
But you got to order by February 5th.
To
get free shipping.
For free standard shipping. So what you got to do is go to meundies.com/sandwich to get your 20% off the matching pairs, free shipping, 100% satisfaction guarantee. meundies.com/sandwich. A great Valentine's Day gift. Give yourself, give your lover. Start matching your bottom half to your better half. I like that.
I opted for the brief.
I opted for the bikini.
Yeah, you did.
And what my goal is for every new pair of MeUndies I get rid of an old, ugly, stretched out, holy pair.
Yeah.
Reward myself with new MeUndies, get rid of an old MeUndies, an old undies.
I've got to do the, when you get rid of a pair, I've got to kind of do the salute.
You know, it was so cold in the house, I turned on the heat.
What'd you do that
I got to turn on off the heat. I'm dying. Talk about something.
Most emotional podcast co-host tonight. She's been out of the room twice now. Now she's hot. She's turning down the heat, I guess. I don't know what she's doing. Okay, so at the swap party, it's okay to give away brassieres, but you can't give away underwear.
Well, it has to be new. Brand new.
Was the brassiere new?
Yeah, it had tags on it.
Oh, okay.
And if it's a bra that's been worn once, that's different than panties.
What if I wore a pair of underwear one time? Could I give it away?
Still, I don't know. I have a mental block with that. I don't want panties.
What's the difference between that and wearing a shirt, though, that somebody else wore?
Because panties are on your...
What?
Come on.
Shirts are on your underarms.
Okay, that's enough.
Your armpits.
That's enough of that. Let's talk about something else.
Okay. Well, while Kellie and her friends were doing the swap party, I was here for a little while, and a lot of people have said, "Well, all the men should get out of the house when all the women are doing the swap party." Well, I kind of like to participate a little bit, so I stuck around for a little while and grabbed a few things that I showed, and I watched a little bit of the Jacksonville New England game.
Mm-hmm.
But then when everybody started coming in, it started getting really busy. I took Emma, Kellie, and Brooke to get a mani pedi.
Yeah.
Because my daughter just turned 13.
The original plan was for me to do it, but the weekend, the schedule got so out of whack. And I finally said, Alan, can you please do it during the swap party? Because there was just no other time. And we wanted to do it during Brooke's birthday weekend. Yeah.
And we did a lot of stuff for her birthday.
Well, 13's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal. So one of our favorite things to do is me and Kellie and the whole family, all the kids and my mom and dad and my brother-in-law and sister and their kids, we went to Benihana, which is a hibachi style place. And the kids love that because they do the show and all that. That was a lot of fun.
They do the choo-choo train, and the catching did any of us catch the shrimp?
I caught the shrimp.
You caught a shrimp in your mouth?
Yeah, I did.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I did, babe.
Because I know I missed several times.
No, I caught one. And the kids had their own little hibachi table, and then the adults were at ours.
Yeah.
But that was fun. So we all did that for Brooke's birthday. And then I went on a one-on-one date with Brooke. And that was fun because she always talks my ear off when it's just her and I. She's usually, Kellie will back this up, she's usually pretty quiet when it's all of us together. But one-on-one, boy, she's a chatterbox. I mean, she'll ask questions and talk, and really, I like doing that every once in a while. So I took her on a one-on-one date to this place we really like, and she ordered oysters. We split an order of raw oysters. My 13-year-old daughter will eat raw oysters.
She's very adventurous.
Yeah,
palate.
She is. She eats just like me. But during that dinner, I gave her a set of her first diamonds. Diamond earrings. Diamond stud earrings.
Little tiny diamond, When I was 13, I got my first diamond from my parents because I don't know, it was just a neat thing.
I wanted to be the first man to give her diamonds.
That's right.
But I won't take all the credit here. Kellie, actually, this was her idea. She had a great idea. She goes, let's give her these diamond studs because, it means something a lot to her, I think, someday, that knowing that you were the first man to give her these diamonds. Yeah. And so I gave her those, and she really, really liked them, and she wore them. And I think I've scared her into being really careful with them.
Well, yeah.
Because they're real.
I mean, I want people to think these were like $1,000 diamond
No, they're
studs.
not.
They're not.
They're small. But
they're small. They're
really
appropriate for a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah.
But they are. real.
They're really
and it's starting
pretty.
to, you need to teach them responsibility too with material possessions.
Exactly.
Because a lot of kids, everything's just so disposable.
Exactly. So we went and did that, and then right after we had dinner and I gave her the diamonds, we went to the Texas Stop Sign, which is Dairy Queen, and we had blizzards. Yeah, she had a mint chocolate chip blizzard, and I had a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup blizzard.
Oh, my favorite.
Oh, my gosh. And then we rolled home, and that was that. So that was Saturday. Now, Sunday, getting back to that, Kelly was doing the SWAT party. I stay for a little bit, but then I take Emma, Kelly, and Brooke to a mani-pedi place. It's about, it's about a mile from the house. And we go in, and Kelly told me, she goes, look, they're going to hit you up for these, what's the... Extras.
The paraffin wax treatment.
Yeah, I didn't really know what any of that meant.
All the scents and the aromas and the massage.
Yeah.
You got to be careful.
Yeah, so we go rolling in there, and
the girls are all good. They're going to beg you for French tips.
Yeah, all this stuff.
And all this, what's the next gen?
Next gen. That's what I was trying to say. So they say, Brooke says, Daddy, Emma, Kelly, and I want next gen. And I said, well, okay. So they go run over and pick out these colors for next gen. And I'm just sitting in my chair, and I tell the lady, I just want the regular manicure and a regular pedicure.
Yeah, that's what you told her.
That's what I told her. Girls come back over, they sit down, they start doing their bit, but it turns out they're doing next gen. So
after I warned you,
Brooke is sitting right next to me, and then Emma Kelly's on the other side of Brooke, so I can't really see what Emma Kelly's doing. But turns out Emma Kelly got these claw next gen nails kind of squared off at the end.
It's ridiculous.
And she's 11, and when she got done, I was like,
and everyone's painted
Emma
a different
Kelly,
pastel.
Your mother is not going to be on board with this.
Not happy.
Is not going to be on board with this, but that's what she told the lady she wanted. Brooke did next gen, but she's got a much shorter. Hers are rounded off because she plays clarinet and she needed shorter nails.
And my daughter just joined a volleyball team.
Yeah,
I was like, you just wait. They're going to be gone.
So then...
And they're going to hurt when they get popped off, too. But anyway...
So then here's what happened to me, babe.
It's embarrassing because I don't want people to think that...
Well, don't blame it on me. I'm the one that took her.
When they see her out, they don't think, look what her dad... No, they always think the same thing. When they see a little girl too young to be wearing makeup or their nails 5 inches long. What kind of mother lets their child do that? So it's a reflection on me, but go ahead.
So while they're doing this next gen thing, homeboy here, I'm sitting there, and they're doing my pedicure, they're doing my manicure. Then the lady,
after you say, I just want to plain old
I just want the
mani-pedi.
spa manicure, pedicure, the spa manicure. She starts asking me, she's like, "Do you want a lotion on your hands?" I'm like, "Well, I guess if it's part of the pedicure." She goes, "Oh no! You want the cucumber? You want the cucumber exfoliation?" And I'm like, "Okay." So she starts rubbing all this cucumber stuff all over my hands and my feet.
Isn't it?
Oh,
Nice.
it felt so good. And she said, your skin's kind of dry. Would you like another thing we offer that'll make your skin really soft and your
paraffin.
Your wife will love it. Yeah. So
paraffin.
they bring out these bags. They bring out these warm bags.
They're not warm. They're hot.
Yeah, of purple stuff.
Yes.
So now I have 2 hands in this purple stuff and 2 feet in this purple stuff. So I've got all 4 of my limbs in this purple stuff.
Yeah, it was great, wasn't it?
Oh, I was in
ecstasy.
I was in tall cotton, brother.
Yeah.
And then she starts rubbing on my neck. She goes, "You want a massage?" And I said, "Well, not really." And she goes, "Well, here, I'll give you a little one anyway." So
great.
She starts giving me a little massage. She goes, "You want your head massaged?" And I drew the line there. I'm like, "Well, no, not really. I don't
your
really
hair was done.
Yeah, my hair was kind of working. I didn't want that done. So anyhow, turns out after 2 next gens
plus pedicures
pedicures for the girls, this guy got spa manicure, spa pedicure,
that's what you started
cucumber
off.
Exfoliation. What's the other thing called? The purple
Paraffin
thing?
wax.
Paraffin wax, a light massage, and a, what do you call it when they do shiny? But
buff.
And a buff polish. $250.
Yeah, they saw you coming, honey.
There's a sucker born every minute, guys, and that was me on that day. I had no idea it was going to be that expensive.
Yeah.
Because the regular manicures are like $15.
Yeah. Yeah. So guess who's not taking the girls to get mani-pedis again? Or was that part of your evil plan? That's the
evil plan.
Yes, that's the thing. Like when a man, you say, honey, help me do laundry and stuff. So the man always screws up. So he's never asked to do it again.
That's why I shrunk your sweater tonight.
Yeah. But see, I can't be mad at you for that. Alan saw that the laundry was full and did the laundry, but he put my sweater in the dryer. Men put everything in the dryer. They just like, it all goes, it doesn't matter. You don't separate colors and you don't separate non-dryable things from dryable things.
And I don't use woolite. I don't use woolite.
What do you use? Do you use a fabric softener sheet at least? A fabric softener
sheet,
okay,
yeah.
That's fine.
I don't even know what woolite is.
Well, woolite's for dark colors too, but I thought you meant fabric softener.
Oh.
But yeah, so my sweater shrunk. But I can't even yell at you because you were trying to help me. But then again, I'm like, don't ever do laundry again.
I'm sorry, babe. I failed as a man the last couple of I failed.
You haven't.
No. I failed with taking the girls to get a mani-pedi.
Failed. No, you succeeded. You just got suckered.
I failed with laundry.
Well,
there's something else I failed in the other day. What happened?
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember. I'm always messing.
No, you're not.
I'm always messing something up.
No, you're not.
But it was.
You did screw up a little bit.
It was, it was expensive.
What was your face like? I just wanted the moment you saw that $250 check for 3 mani-pedis. What was the first thing that went through your head?
Honestly, when the guy, I knew something was wrong, really. He was trying to figure out everything that we did.
Oh, yeah, he was adding.
Yeah, so he had...
Itemized.
He was itemizing everything, and all the different ladies in the spa that helped us.
They were all coming forward.
And I think there were about 6 ladies that worked on us. Mm-hmm. So he was trying to figure out, okay, this guy had this, the girls had this, these 2 ladies did this and this and this. So everybody could get their tip, right? Like get the appropriate tip to the right.
Or so you'd be charged appropriately. They want to make sure you got charged for everything.
So I knew I was in trouble then. And then when he rang me up, he looked at me and kind of like, did you know it was going to be this expensive, dude? I was like, holy S.
Well, lesson learned.
Lesson learned, babe.
Lesson learned.
Lesson learned, but it was a lot of fun. And
yeah, I mean, she's going to remember that 13th birthday, and so will we. Because, I mean, hibachi ain't exactly cheap either, but it was good. You only turned 13 once.
Yeah, so that was Brooke's birthday weekend. We do have a teenager in the house in 3 years, babe. Hey, Kelly, can I borrow your car? Hey, Dad, hey, Dad, can I borrow the Porsche? 3 years, she'll be driving.
Yeah.
You believe that?
It's going to happen.
It's freaking nuts.
My daughter's already asking for a car.
She's 11.
I know, but she, when she gets older. See, I grew up in a car family, so I had a car.
Yeah.
But my dad had a used car lot. So I was always driving a car. So I was really spoiled to that.
Yeah.
So we're not buying the kids cars when they turn of age. Is that not the plan? We haven't discussed it. I guess we could discuss that later.
I don't know, babe.
I don't know what you do when you have 4 kids. Do you just buy them all cars?
You priced out car insurance for a 16-year-old girl who drives a Porsche in Plano, Texas?
I was asking her, do you want next gen or do you want a car?
It's probably $500 a month just for the insurance.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Well, not that much.
Oh my gosh.
It's probably a lot.
We'll worry about that later. We got a few years to worry about that.
Yeah. So speaking of Brooke, we have some wonderful pictures of the children hanging right outside the mini man room.
Yeah, we do, from the wedding, and we've gotten more pictures we need to get framed and stuff, especially with Valentine's Day coming up, because I think they make wonderful presents. We got a lot of our wedding pictures framed for your mom, my mom, your sister, your uncle from the wedding, and they make they're beautiful memories, because people have everything they need. You need to give them something special that has memories. And that's a great thing to do for Valentine's Day, to give special framed pictures of special moments in your life with the person you love.
Absolutely.
And we trust all of our framing now to FrameBridge. FrameBridge.com. We cannot tell you how impressed we are with the service. They are extremely helpful. The frames come back so quickly. I remember back in the day when you go to a framing store, it'd take weeks to get the turnaround. These are custom framed, matted. They have experts if you're kind of confused online. I mean, even though it's a .com, they have experts who are there and willing to help you decide, well, this would look better with that. We think you should go this direction. We are so happy. And the packaging is unbelievable. And it comes with a note complimenting you. I know my wedding picture, they were like, we've never seen a more beautiful bride. You know,
Yeah.
I'm sure but I mean, it's like a handwritten
Or
note.
we love the frame and the matting you picked.
What-
They go really well with this picture.
What beautiful children that. So
Yeah, it's really cool.
FrameBridge, please try FrameBridge.com. It'd be a wonderful gift to give to your special Valentine's. And instead of the hundreds you'd pay at a framing store, the prices start at $39 and all shipping is free.
Free.
That's right. So if you want to take our advice and give FrameBridge a try, I promise it's the only way you're going to do this from now on. You can get started framing your photos or art today if you go to framebridge.com and use the promo code Sandwich. You'll save an additional 15% off your first order.
Just go to framebridge.com, promo code Sandwich.
Okay. Thank you, FrameBridge. We are so happy. We use them time and time again.
I was just in the hallway this afternoon as I was working here at the Evans Estate, and I was walking around looking at all those pictures you bought me for Christmas.
Yeah.
And so happy with the way they turned out.
Yeah, the one of you and your uncle and your dad and your sons. I've got that frame for you. We need to hang it somewhere in the man room.
Yeah, there aren't many Evanses rolling around. So when we got married, I asked for a picture of me, my dad's brother, and he doesn't have kids, and then Cole and Dylan, which are the only Evans boys in my family on the face of the earth.
Yeah, so we had the wedding photographer do that. That was nice.
Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. So let's talk some relationships. Relationship, easy for me to say, stuff, babe. You want to talk about relationships?
Yeah.
Because that's what we do here on A Sandwich and Some Lovin'.
Well, yeah, because we are in a relationship. I don't know if anyone noticed.
We are in a committed, monogamous, heterosexual relationship.
Yeah, that's all the adjectives you really need. But Alan and I don't make any secret of it. We met on a dating app.
Yeah.
And we were swiping left. We were swiping right. We swiped on a lot of frogs. I shouldn't say frogs because in my experience, I didn't have any bad experiences online dating. Some people with the dating apps, they give it a try. And after 2 or 3 dates, they're like, it's not working for me. It's not working for me. And you've had that. I think because it worked for us, everybody assumes they're going to get on and immediately it's just going to, boom, it's going to happen.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason, babe, I wanted to bring it up with you and talk about it with our listeners and on the podcast was because I hear a lot online, and I'm sure you see this too. People will say, hey, guys, I've been listening to what you say, and I've taken your advice. I'm getting myself out there, and I tried Bumble, and I just met a bunch of weirdos, and I quit.
Right.
Well, we happened to meet on Bumble, and that's the way Kelly and I met, but
there's a lot of great sites,
there are a lot of
too.
great sites out there.
eHarmony.
Tinder has a reputation, but I did meet nice people on Tinder.
Well, it's like people say, I never want to meet somebody in a bar. Well, there are nice people in bars. You can meet people anywhere. You can meet them in the grocery store. I've dated someone I met in an elevator in Vegas for a while. I mean, you have to be open to it. And you have to be, the online dating thing isn't a guarantee.
No, it's not a guarantee.
But it's a great tool.
It's a great tool. And the reason I think it's my favorite tool, or used to be my favorite tool, is because, and Kelly says this, she said this before, and it's controversial, I think, to maybe have this viewpoint, but that it is a numbers game, meaning the volume of people that you have access to on an app is 50x times the random people you're going to run into at a grocery store or at the bookstore.
And I guess people think it's callous or, I don't know, cynical, whatever, when I do say it was a numbers game. But for me, when I made the decision, the first time I got on it, I was kind of halfway doing it. I wasn't really seriously looking for long term. I had fun. I found someone I dated for a while. That didn't work out. Got off of it for a few months. And then after I got back on the next time, I said, I am ready. I'm going to meet somebody and I'm ready to be in a long-term committed relationship, hopefully leading to marriage. So I looked at it almost like a job. And so I proactively was swiping right, but I always tried to keep it at a manageable number for, when I was communicating with people. Never more than 5 or 6 people where I was texting back and forth with, communicating. Some of those guys, they would text me for weeks and weeks, wasting my time and wasting theirs. And those would fade away. What I appreciated was the man who, after just a couple maybe days or maybe just a couple texts back and forth, said, can I talk to you on the phone and let's try to set up a date? So hot. Sometimes I'd go in 1 week, I'd have 5 dates in 1 week because my schedule worked out and I'm like, I got to meet these people. What's the point of dragging on these text conversations? What's the point of that? you need to meet face to face. You need to see if there's any chance of this working out into something else, or move on to the next one. Is that callous?
No, I don't think so. And the app gives you access to a lot of people. We happen to meet on an app. We're not saying that that's the only way.
No.
We're not saying that that's the best way. That's just the way it worked for us. And you can debate, well, is the method the thing I should be worrying about? The method being, should I be using an app? Should I be going to the bookstore every Saturday night? Should I be going to bars? Or is it the mindset that you're in to make yourself available to be actually ready to meet somebody,
right.
To be open to love in a relationship, and a committed relationship? I think it's a little of both. It's like, what works for you and your style? For me, hey, I didn't know what to do at a bar. Like, if I went to a bar just either by myself or with friends, I'd end up just drinking a whole lot, doing some magic tricks for the people I was with, and then leaving.
Right.
I wouldn't run on over to somebody or a group of ladies.
It's not your personality.
That's just not my style. So bars weren't really for me. If I went to a bookstore or a grocery store, man, I'm in and out. I go in, get what I need, and leave. That really that didn't work for me either. But what I really enjoyed about the dating apps was because, you had that initial attraction with the pictures, and it was as easy as going left and right. Mm-hmm. And then if the two people could actually carry on an intelligent conversation for just a little bit on a text, that might lead to phone numbers being exchanged where you could actually talk.
And I still have girlfriends that say, but I want it to happen organically. I want it to happen naturally. Well, that's fine.
That's fine.
But how long are you going to wait for it to happen? Just, I walk into a room and there he is. He sees me. He comes up to me, because organically to them means they don't have to do anything but show up. And that's not really fair. God's going to send me the right man. Well, doesn't God require you to put in just a little bit of effort sometimes? Who's to say that a dating app isn't God's plan for you? Do we believe God planned for us to be together?
I think so.
Would we have met without the dating app? We'll never know. But that's how we met.
I don't think we ever would.
And like I tell my girlfriend, who is still dead set against doing dating apps, and I don't know why. I said, okay, we're sitting in this restaurant. Look at the bar right now. It is packed. 20 men around the bar. You don't know who is married. You don't know who is single. You don't know who is gay. You don't know who is in a long-term relationship. You don't know who is just left. You don't know anything about those people. But with a dating app, at least there is the assumption that they are single and available. I know a lot of times people aren't. They lie. That's just fact of life. There's the assumption they're single, and if they swipe right on you, you already know they at least find you physically attractive. And that's a step in the right direction. That's half the battle right there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Everybody can keep hoping it happens organically, and for a lot of people it does. But I'm saying sometimes you have to work with the tools that are out there. And also it's about your attitude.
Absolutely. And I think we were talking about hope last week, and I was kind of leading into it, another segment about hope. But that's where I think the apps gave me hope, was just what you're saying. Man, I could go out every weekend for the next 52 weekends, and what are my chances of running into my future wife? It may happen, but man, that's pretty slim.
But I
think
say
that's
this.
pretty slim.
I will say this. I'm surprised you were still optimistic after your very first online date.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever told that on the podcast?
I don't think I've ever told that on the podcast.
Is it appropriate to tell?
Well, I can tell a short version.
If you hear of these women who say, oh, I've been on 3 or 4 dates and I'm just not going to do it anymore. If you heard how bad Alan's very first online date was, and he decided to give it a second try, there's no reason you can't.
Yeah, I can't run through the entire story.
Yes, you can.
Wow. Do you want me to run through the entire story?
It was so good because Alan when we were texting back and forth before we met, he said, we were both saying how I'm sure you've got some really great, stories to tell about online dating. He's like, oh, I've got a good one. I was like, well, save it for our first date, because at least that gave us something to talk about.
Yeah.
So Alan told me this story on our first date.
Well, this was very early into my online dating experience. Remember now, I was married a long time, got divorced, so I'm single for a number of years, 3 years. and learning how to get back into things again, and the dating scene had changed a lot. You got dating apps, the culture had changed, music had changed, the bar scene had changed. Everything was different, There wasn't social media when back in the late 90s, it was just all direct face to face. So anyway, I'm still learning how to do things, and I end up connecting with this woman, and I forget what app it was. It was probably Tinder. And we connect, we agree, and I'm going to try to paraphrase the story because it's a long story, but we agree to meet at a restaurant. And she had really nice pictures. She was about my age. I think she was about 40 or something. And we agreed to meet at a restaurant, and we're supposed to meet at 7. I'm sitting there at 6:50 because I'm nervous. It's like the first date I've been on in...
You want to be on time.
Forever. Yeah. And she's not there at 7, so I'm like, okay, this is fine. Maybe this is what you do. You just fashionably late, and she's not there at 7.
Definitely, yeah.
Not there at 7:15, and then she's not there at 7:20, and she's not there at 7:30. But she comes rolling in about 7:45. I think she shot me a text saying, "Hey, I'm running late. I'll 7:45. I'll be." So she comes in.
Stayed and waited.
I stayed and waited. 45 minutes late. She comes in. She didn't look like her face looked like her pictures, but the rest of her didn't look like her pictures. And usually when a guy says that, you'll think he's insinuating, well, maybe she's a little heavier than she was leading on. It was the opposite. She was very, very, very thin, and she almost looked unhealthy thin. She's a very thin, frail looking person. But at this point, she's coming in, and I didn't know what to do, so I tried to be pleasant and nice, and she came over, and, we said hello, and we started having a few drinks, and she got drunk really fast.
Oh, she's so thin.
Because she's so thin. So we stayed there for a while, and she said, let's go dancing. I'm like, well, where do you go dancing in Plano? So there's a place where Kellie likes to people watch up at Legacy, where there's a dance club, and we followed her up there. We went dancing there. So we're partying and dancing until about 2 a.m. At which point, and I'm going to really shorten the story here, at which point she says, I can't get home in my current state. And I said, okay, let me call you a cab. She's like, no, I'd prefer if you take me to my place.
Oh.
So I'm thinking, okay, I guess I can do that. Where do you live? And she said, well, I'm in a hotel. And I said, oh, a hotel. Okay.
Now, this is the abbreviated version, people.
Yeah, this is the abbreviated version.
You meet us out at a restaurant or a bar one night, he'll tell you the whole story.
And this is my first date, remember now. So now I've got her in my car, and we're cruising towards this hotel. At which point she says, I'm hungry. And it's 2:30 in the morning now. She says, I'm hungry. And I said, okay, well, what do you want to get now? It's like Whataburger, Taco Cabana. She goes, pull into this Quick Trip. So I pull into a Quick Trip, and I leave the car running. She runs in, and she buys a big bag of taquitos. I'm like, what in the heck is she doing? So she runs back in, sits in my car, and is munching down on these taquitos. Just
starving.
Hogging down on these taquitos like she's never eaten before. Big greasy bag of taquitos. Now my whole car smells like taquitos.
Yeah.
First date.
Not a bad thing.
First date.
Yeah.
So she munches down on all the taquitos. I'm like, okay, where are we going? She goes, the hotel right across the street. I go, why are you in a hotel? Long story. I won't get into why she was in a hotel. It's not what you're thinking. But she was not in the house that she lived in with her ex. So now she's in a hotel. So I take her to the hotel, pull into the front drive with every intent of her getting out of the car and going to her room. She goes, hey, I'm too drunk to get to my room. Can you help me? I'm like, you got to be kidding me. This is the most wheels off thing that I've ever done in my life. So I'm like,
First date.
I'm like, okay. So I get out of the car, walk her up to her room. She gets to the door. I'm like, okay, you're good, right? At this hotel room. I'm like, you're good, right? She goes, I don't have my hotel key. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. You don't have your hotel key. She says, go to the front desk. Tell them.
She didn't go. She sent you.
She sent me. She goes, go to the front desk. Tell them my name, and they'll give you the key. I said, they will not do that. She goes, no, I promise they'll do that. So I go down about 3 a.m. It's like one-way glass. I'm like knocking on this one-way glass, and the guy comes out. I said, hey, one of your guests, here's her name. She locked herself out of her room. He said, oh yeah, I know who she is.
Apparently he's had this situation happen before.
Gives me this woman's key. So then I ride the elevator back up, run down the hallway to try to get her key. At that point, she had peed in her pants. So she was standing in the hall, peeing in her pants.
Mm. Then what happened?
So now I'm like, man,
I wish he could tell y'all all the details.
This is too much. So I put the key in the door, open the door, and I throw the key into the room and kind of give her one of the little shoves not shoves, but kind of helped her,
yes,
like guided her
that way.
It guided her into the room, shut the door, and ran. I ran out of there, and I got home. I did the Nestea plunge in my bed at about 4 a.m. I'm like, what happened last night when I woke up? Now, next morning, my phone starts buzzing at like 8 a.m. I'd slept for like 3 hours. It's her. She goes, hey, look, I'm sorry. I'm so embarrassed about what happened last night. I had too much to drink. I made a fool out of myself. But you're the only one who knows where I left my car. She goes, can you please come get me where you dropped me last night and take me to my car so I can at least have my car today because I've got to go to work. And I said, oh my goodness.
And you did.
I guess.
You guess? Oh, you did. Yes.
I did. So I picked her up and, I told her, I said, look, everybody
messes up,
probably has a story like that where they have way too much. But yeah,
I don't have one exactly like that, but similar.
But I said, look, I'm new to dating. I don't really know kind of what your experience is, but you got to be careful nowadays.
Yeah.
Because, you put yourself in that kind of position and you never know what's going to happen.
She might not have been with someone as gentlemanly as you.
Well, anyhow, that was my first that was my first date.
Right. And the whole point of that story is Alan didn't just stop and say, online dating's not for me. Even though there was one very, very bad experience, you went on and had other good experiences and other bad experiences.
I had a lot of them though, babe. I was stood up.
Yeah.
I would go to places and then the woman wouldn't even show up. And then I would text her, are you okay? Are you coming? Nothing. Just wouldn't even show up. Wouldn't even show up.
So rude.
That happened. I had others that wanted me to meet their family that night.
The first day.
Their family, like mother and father. I had a lady who wanted me to meet her 17-year-old son. That's
the first day.
First date. I mean, it was
crazy.
It's a crazy wild, wild west out there. Telling those stories just to say, like Kelly said, don't be discouraged. You got to have that hope that, that person is out there for you. It could be online. It could be grocery store. It could be you're walking down the street one day and
just be open.
Who knows?
Be open. And when you see opportunities to start conversations and just, take it. If somebody asks you a question, have a follow-up, make sure, get the conversation going. You just never know, but don't give up hope. That's the whole point, because it's not too late for anybody. I was divorced 10 years before I met Alan and we got married. So, I mean, just because you've been divorced or you've never been married, it's not too late. It's not. But you do have to have your attitude right. You have to be open to it mentally and emotionally. That's my opinion.
That's a good opinion. Agreed.
It's the right opinion.
Agreed. We can.
No, and if you're not in the right headset, there's no point. You're wasting your time and their time. Get right with yourself first.
Headspace.
Get in your right headspace.
I've never said the word headspace.
Just did.
That's pretty good, babe.
You still won't say pussy willow, though.
Babe, don't say that. It's not appropriate.
It's a plant.
It's not appropriate. If they could hear some of the things I say.
Exactly. Some of the things you say anyway.
Like what?
Oh, all your mic check nonsense. Just go ahead.
Okay. Well, Kelly and I wanted to. One thing we forgot to do,
what?
Babe.
The frog.
Where is it?
Did you leave it out on the kitchen table?
No, it's in here somewhere. Oh, there it is, right there. There it is, right there. Okay. Here's what we want to do. I'm going to show you one more thing and explain to you on the podcast one more thing that...
Back to the swap party.
Yeah, back to the swap party. Hold on just a second. I got to lean over.
while I was doing the swap party, I promised last week I'd go Facebook Live for a little bit. And I did go Facebook Live, and I was just, showing people examples. By the time I went Facebook Live, a lot of the greatest stuff had already been picked over. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got it, because people show up early so they can get first dibs on stuff. So I kind of did a sweep of my phone over the table where this lovely owl plate,
little owl dish, flashed up on the screen.
Right.
And I tell you what, Kelly and I really appreciate all of you who log on to the Facebook Live and watch us. It's like an hour out of your night, maybe away from your family, watching us do this buffoonery online. But then
on Sunday during the swap party, some of them joined us again.
Some of our same listeners were on there, and we see that, and we realize that a lot of you are out there following us, watching, going to the website, getting on social media, engaging with us. And one gal in particular, her name's Karen Ann McGraw, and she is actually on the Facebook Live tonight.
Hey.
Yeah, Karen's on. And she just said on that Facebook Live where Kelly was showing the swap party, oh, I love that owl. Well, I went back and watched the tape, and I know that Karen's one of our very dedicated listeners, so I messaged her. I slipped into the DMs, and I said, hey, Karen.
Surprisingly, nobody took the owl plate.
Yeah. So I said, hey, Karen, since, you really love the podcast and you're a great fan of ours, and you mentioned that you wanted the owl, I'm just going to send you the owl. So this is Karen. This is Karen's owl. So Karen, congratulations.
We're assuming Karen collects owls.
This is your owl. She told me she likes owls.
So it's a fun little, almost a chip and dip plate, because the little wings are like little bowls, and you can put maybe salsa and sour cream.
Yeah.
Who knows what you can do with this?
It's really cute.
You could hang it on a wall.
You could.
You could just put it on the coffee table for a conversation piece.
Oven.
Whatever you want.
Dishwater and microwave safe, babe.
Dishwater or dishwasher?
Did I say dishwater?
Yeah.
Dishwasher.
Okay.
Yeah. But
very nice.
But here's the deal.
And it's like she was at our swap party.
Yeah.
Without being it, but you were, because you were on Facebook Live.
She virtually was at the swap party. Now, I asked Karen, I said, now, Karen, have you gone out there and have you registered on kellyanallen.com? And she said, oh, if I haven't, I will do it right now. But she had. So what I'm trying to get at is, if you're following us and following our podcast story and have been this far with us, go to kellyanallen.com and set up an account. And the reason you want to do that is because in the future, when we have promotions and things to give away, or we have a swap party, we're going to pick somebody that has really come into the family here, and that's somebody on the website, that's registered with us to be part of our Sandwich and Some Love and Family, like Karen did. So get out there and register.
It also notifies you when we update blogs and stuff like that.
Yeah, when Kelly posts a blog or I post a blog, you'll get an email. And we
won't overwhelm you. Trust me, we're not blogging every day.
No. Like
you might get 1 or 2 a week.
Yeah,
it's really not overwhelming.
Yeah, but we'll send that. We'll get that in the mail to Karen. So Karen, thank you, and really everybody who's on the podcast, thank you for all your support.
Yeah, and if you do register on the website, you can also leave comments and things like that. Otherwise, you're free to look at it all day long. But if you want to have more interaction, you need to register. And we also have a section there for Alan Answers Anything. Right? You added that. Because I like that when people, because I answer a lot of questions, but I think you have a lot of insight way different than mine.
Well, yes, I agree with you. You have a certain wheelhouse, and maybe I'm still finding my wheelhouse, but I have certain.
No, you have a wheelhouse.
I have certain opinions on certain things, and we'll go. I have a few letters here that we can go through, but you can go to the website, and we really don't. We used to advertise an email address. It's so much easier if you just go to our website. You can click on Kelly's little picture or my little picture, and then contact us, and you can send us an email right from there. You don't even need to know the email address. It's just a form. You just put in your information, your question, hit send, and boom, we'll get it.
Is that where you got these next couple you're going to read?
Yeah. So I have a couple here that jumped out at me over the last week. Here's one from a gal named Wendy. And she says, Alan, I need your help, maybe for love letters to Alan or ask Alan anything. She said, and this is just what we were talking about, guys. She said, I've been on Bumble for almost a year, and I have met one weird guy after another. They only want to have sex with me or are straight up crazy. I need help. Do you or don't you? Wow. I was taught to never do the dirty on the first date. How do I know if it's right or wrong anymore? There are so many rules. And if you don't, they never call. Help this old lady navigate online dating at 52. That's kind of sad, isn't it?
That is sad.
Isn't that a sad letter? So I saw this and I wrote her back, and I'll kind of paraphrase what I wrote back. But here's what I told Wendy. I said, don't do that.
Don't do that.
You don't have to do that.
Because if you do sleep with them on the first date, you're not going to hear from them.
You ain't going to hear
either.
from them again either. I said, there's lots of nice men out there who aren't just looking for sex, okay? If you're serious about looking for a relationship, the sex will come. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone by giving yourself like that too early. When you're ready to have sex with someone, you'll definitely know, right? In my opinion, sex on the first date does not equal a strong, committed relationship in the long run. That's just my opinion and my experience. I know there are exceptions to the rule, but generally speaking, sex on a first date when you hardly know somebody, generally speaking, that's not a good message. Does not lead to a long, committed relationship.
Yeah, and it can't, somebody will say, hey, we did it on the first date. We've been married 50 years. That's fine.
That's fine. We're not judging anybody.
We're just saying as a general rule.
Yeah.
Now, if you're telling me that every single man is wanting to sleep with you on the first date, there's some things you need to maybe check about yourself.
Well, yeah. What do you think about that,
what
babe?
does your online profile look like? What are you putting out there? What is the message you're sending out to all these guys to even think that would be a possibility? Are you putting overtly sexual pictures out there? I know a lot of women feel like to appear sexy, they got to show a lot of cleavage. They got to show the sexiest photos of them. You got to be real careful about what pictures you're posting, because that could imply I am a good time. You want to show like you're a good time, like you're fun, but not a good time. You know what I mean? And also, I'll tell you where a less chance of a man propositioning you for sex is if you're meeting him for lunch.
Yeah.
Maybe you could start maybe for a while, just start meeting guys for lunch dates, if that works out with your schedule. Because who's going to proposition you to go back to their place when they got to get back to work? So typically, I would think a lunch date would kind of cut down on that nonsense too.
And really,
but clean up your dating profile.
A guy that propositions you for sex on a first date who hardly knows you and you hardly know him, is that the dude you want to meet your children?
No.
Probably not. So maybe you can kind of weed through some of those by not even accepting the date. I don't know if it's happening before the date or after the date.
I would imagine they'd wait and spring that on you at the date.
I
would think.
But yeah, in my opinion, don't give yourself up that early.
No. Did you get another one?
Yeah, and just one more. I mean, there's millions of them we could go through, but I noticed some of the people on the Facebook Live have said, Alan doesn't work. Alan works. Alan is working more now than Alan has ever worked.
Why are you reading what people are commenting?
Well, no. I'm just, because that's what this question is about.
Oh.
But yeah, I retired from corporate marketing in November to start my own company, and it's to market our podcast and also help Kellie with a lot of her own marketing needs. For a lot of the appearances and marketing opportunities that Kellie has.
I got stuff going on.
She's got a lot of stuff going on.
I just don't want to handle all the business end of it.
Exactly. She hates business stuff.
I don't like business.
So that's where I come in. And then I'm also in charge of our Sandwich and Some Lovin' marketing, social media.
You've done the website, everything.
The website, negotiating contracts, talking to prospective partners, blah, 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 blah. So
what does that have to do with the letter you're
Alan is working more than Alan has ever worked in his life, and I love it. So Carrie sends me a message. She says, I can't wait to see what you guys do this year. I know leaving your job is a leap. She says, I'm taking a smaller leap myself and cutting my full-time job to 2 days a week to work on building my real estate business, #2018 goals. So it's kind of like, hey, she's encouraged by, what I guess I've done, what we're doing, and she's kind of doing the same thing. So I told her, good for you. That's awesome. And sometimes, like in my particular case where I'd worked for a company for 25 years, it was scary, really scary for me to take the leap and go out on my own. And I couldn't have done it without having a strong partner. I mean, you gotta have that in your life when there's a big decision like that has to do with like your children, your what you do for a living, a big investment, buying a home, buying a car.
What if you're a single person wanting to do all those things?
You really got to lean on your partner for that. Then you got to lean on your close circle of friends, your family, your mother and father.
Yeah, but sometimes financially, you have a dream you want to pursue, but you just can't drop everything 100%. Like what she's doing, where she cut to part-time. That was a smart thing for her to do because she's pursuing her new passion while not giving up 100% of her income. Yeah. Because she's, I'm assuming, single. So single people can do it, but I just don't think they can do it as boldly.
Right.
It's just dropping everything and starting something new.
Yeah, agreed.
I'm more cautious that way.
Agreed.
As a single person.
I am too. And if I wasn't married to Kelly and I was still single and I had, single dad with 3 children to take care of, starting a business on my own, too risky. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But the fact that, Kelly and I are kind of starting the podcast and we've got some traction, and I have Kelly to, is that support, that moral support.
When we're not fighting.
It really helps. Oh gosh, we fight all the time.
All the fighting.
we fight all the time. So anyhow, I thought those were two good letters.
Yeah. Well, anybody can go on to the website, and if you want to submit any questions for Alan or for myself, we'd be happy to answer some of them here.
Now, if you are a small business owner, babe, there are things that you can really take advantage of.
Yeah.
And that you should take advantage of to save time.
Yes, especially for small business owners. A lot of people now, even like my cousins, they're doing a lot of the what do you call it? Where they sell products and things like that. The beauty counter and the Lexus and all that, and it involves a lot of mailing. Well, here's the thing that's going to save small business owners, work from home moms who have a side business. Stamps.com. Stamps.com. Anything you can do at the post office, pretty much you can do if you have a computer and a printer. Right? You can print out official U.S. postage right there on your printer for any package, any type of mail you need to mail. You can do it on your printer. But sometimes you got a big package to mail, a big box or something full of products, and you're like, I don't know how much postage to put on this. That's why you need a scale, right? Well, Stamps.com also provides you with a digital scale, so it's accurate postage. You don't have to, go down to the post office for that either. You can weigh it, print out the postage, everything right from your own home, and then they pick up the packages from you. The post office works with them, picks up the packages for you and takes them, so you never have to leave. I love that. The convenience, the ease of it, very reliable, efficient. These are what you have to make your business successful. So if you go to Stamps.com, you can try the special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus postage, plus you get a digital scale.
Get out of here.
Yeah. So go to Stamps.com, just click on the microphone at the very top of the homepage and type in sandwich. Stamps.com, type in sandwich. I'm telling you, Stamps.com is going to change the way you view doing business from home. It makes it so much easier.
I got a lot of stamps to print. We got a lot of stuff to mail.
I know, I'm out.
I always have things to mail.
I know. We've been doing a lot more mailing lately. We've got this owl plate to mail.
Yeah, I got to mail that owl plate to.
Got
to mail that owl plate to Karen.
We just got to, we got to wrap it up ourselves.
Yeah, I'm nervous about.
We're gonna wrap it in bubble. It's gonna be good.
Put that thing in bubble. Awesome, babe. Well, this has been a good podcast. I think we talked about some buffoonery. We talked about some serious stuff.
We realized I was right a couple of times, I think.
What were you right about?
That I didn't trade your plates at the swap party. Now we have 2 sets of these plates.
Look, guys, here's the last thing I'm going to say about the plates. Go back to Kelly's Facebook Live video.
Oh, you protest so much.
Go back to her video. And when right as I first accost you.
Accosted, that's the right word.
Accosted you with these plates. Look at what I do over to Deontay.
Okay, so you've
been
going on social media and just perpetuating this when you knew the whole time I didn't take your plates.
I have no comment.
Okay. All right.
I have no further comments on this issue.
Well, I love you anyway.
I love you so
I'm
good.
not loving that we have 2 sets of these plates now. But
I love you desperately.
I love you desperately.
I think
too,
some
honey.
people think we're fighting, babe.
Again now?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why do they think we're fighting?
I don't know. I don't think we're fighting.
Oh, and I got my turtle back.
Yeah, Justin
took my turtle.
In his defense, I think it was an honest mistake.
It was an honest mistake.
There's where I have my stuff for swapping is also the stuff we're keeping. And one of my friends, she was setting jewelry out on the buffet we have. I said, I don't want you to put stuff up here because there's things on this table that aren't for swap, and people might get confused, and that's what happened. That the turtle, the silver decorative turtle thing, but I got it back, so it's all good. That was an honest mistake.
You guys,
I'm about to start coughing.
Oh, babe. Yeah, I set my alarm every morning at 6 a.m. Central Time so I can listen to the morning show, so I can listen to my wife on the show. And so I'm laying there.
You're very supportive.
I'm very supportive. So as are my MeUndies that I'm wearing too. Very, very supportive. But I'm sitting there listening at about 6:10. Y'all covered some of this really early, kind of half asleep. And then I heard Justin pull out something that was rattling. He goes, and I got this awesome turtle. And I'm like, what the hell? When Justin has my turtle. So I immediately text Kellie, why does Justin have my turtle?
I got your turtle back.
And then I hear Kellie on the air say, Justin, baby, I need that back. I need that turtle back. It was not a big deal.
No.
It was not a big deal.
And he's invited to the next swap party.
Oh, you got to have Justin at any party. That guy, he is the party.
We might have to, you know what we could do?
What,
for people that register at kellyanallen.com, maybe the next swap party, we might invite a couple people from the podcast family to join.
Look at here.
Look at that.
Look at this. She's more than just
little added value.
She's more than the on-air talent. She's got a marketing idea every once in a while. That's actually not a bad idea, babe.
Yeah.
Special.
It'll be a while because we just had one. I mean, it'll take a while for us to accumulate stuff to get rid of again.
A special invite to one of our registered members at kellyanallen.com.
How about that?
To come to the swap party. I've had people... I know we're running a little long here, but I've had people message me say, I want to come next time. I'm like, hey, you talk to Kellie. She's got the invite list.
A lot of my friends are upset I didn't invite them, but I just, I had how many people here? It was so many.
A couple dozen.
It was a lot. We'll do it again. It'll be a while, though.
Well, good, babe. Well, this was fun, and I love you desperately.
I love you, too, even though we fight. And we're going to have to go make up now.
Oh, babe.
Well, we're not. We're tired. We're going to bed.
Babe. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's just wrap this up.
Yeah. Kid may.
No, the kid may not.
Kid may swing his sword.
No.
No?
No.
Oh, come on.
Come on. It's not Saturday.
All right. Well, in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich.
Bye.
Bye.